Welcome to 9 News.
Tonight, racial tensions flare in Kalgoorlie. A home destroyed in a suspected arson attack. The family of a dead boy threatened.
Plus, a Fremantle man's carjacking ordeal, caught up in a fugitive's run from police.
A driver's miracle escape from a horror freeway crash.
Disgraced entertainer Rolf Harris rushed to hospital with a life-threatening illness.
And the new iPhone goes on sale with a rip-off warning.
This is 9 News Perth with Tim McMillan and Emmy Kubainski.
Good evening. Kalgoorlie police are on alert tonight with racial tensions flaring in the town. A home has been burnt to the ground in a suspected vigilante arson attack. Rebecca Johns is in Kalgoorlie tonight. Beck, the house was rented by the man accused of killing Aboriginal teenager Elijah Doughty.
Tim, locals here in Kalgoorlie say racial tensions have been flaring up over the past few days and that the fire last night wasn't unexpected. Now, there had been a very heavy police presence at that property after 2.5 weeks following those race riots which broke out on the streets of Kalgoorlie. But once that was lifted, it's suspected that's when the arsonists moved in. Now, last night, close to 100 people stood around and watched on as the home was destroyed by fire.
The arson squad is investigating there tonight. Do they have any leads as yet?
Tim, police are still on the hunt tonight for those responsible for setting the house on fire, but they say so far no one has been arrested and no charges have been laid. However, police are throwing a lot of resources at this investigation today. They've told me that several pieces of evidence were taken from the scene and detectives are right now scouring over those pieces of evidence to try to find any leads into this investigation. Emmy.
Beck, thank you. A Fremantle man says he's lucky to be alive after being caught up in a man's dramatic run from authorities. Gary Lowe was terrorised by a carjacker. The wanted man had allegedly escaped from Fremantle Police Station.
A man has survived a horror smash on Kwinana Freeway. His car ripped in half. He just pulled over on the freeway off-ramp when he was hit by a passing truck.
Fire has destroyed a paint and panel shop in Fremantle, causing $500,000 damage. A passerby saw smoke pour from the workshop and called 000 around 7 o'clock last night.
Rolf Harris has been rushed to hospital in the UK with suspected blood poisoning. He was taken from his prison cell on Sunday. Jerry Massey, he's in a serious condition tonight.
Yes, Tim, doctors believe 86-year-old convicted pedophile Rolf Harris is suffering with septicemia, which can be fatal without antibiotics, especially in the case of elderly patients. Now, septicemia is a serious infection of the bloodstream. It can be caused by a fungus or a virus. The Perth-born entertainer is reportedly being treated like any other prisoner, though. It's expected he'll be discharged from hospital in the next few days. He'll return to prison and then will serve out the remainder of his 5-year and 9-month sentence for sex assault. And, Emmy, it's understood that Rolf Harris may be free from prison as early as next Christmas. Emmy.
OK, Jerry, thank you. Labor frontbencher Stephen Conroy has dropped a political bombshell by announcing his resignation from the Senate. Just months into his 6-year term in office, Senator Conroy revealed his retirement without even uttering a word.
Probably a good idea. Time for a look ahead to sport now with Michael Thompson. And Tomo, the verdict on Scott Lycett's knee.
Tim, as we forecast last night, no knee reconstruction. The big ruckman, a relieved man. Plus, WA footy legend Simon Black back in Perth on a mission. And Nick and Bernie get Australia off to a flyer. Those stories and more later.
Thanks Tomo. Next on 9, a car burnt in a suspected arson attack.
Plus, a mum's plea to find her son. Caleb Marsden's been missing for months. His family desperate for answers.
Plus, hit a frantic emergency call that led police to an alleged serial killer.
And a grim discovery in Victoria's flood emergency. Police need the public's help to find a missing 27-year-old man. Caleb Marsden hasn't been seen for 3 months. Ellie Cormack, his family is worried.
Emmy, the 27-year-old was last seen in Armidale in early June. His mother says his family has had limited contact with him in the last 18 months, but...
Time for a quick check of the weather now with Scherri-Lee Biggs. And the wet weather cleared for a fine end to the working week, Sherry.
Yes, and it should be staying that way for the better part of this weekend as well, Emmy. But this morning was yet another chilly start. The mercury dipping to 7.1 degrees at 6:30. And while skies did clear to some patchy cloud, we only managed a top of 17.3 degrees. But wind chill played a major factor today, making it feel like 14 degrees at most. Now, you're going to need to rug up tonight. I'll have the forecast details coming up for you a little later in the bulletin.
Thanks, Sherry.
Take your advice.
Still ahead, incredible airfares. The new website's driving down the price of flights.
Plus, Perth's great white mystery. Scientists baffled by shark behaviour despite years of research.
What caused this bus blaze on the Sydney Harbour Bridge?
Plus, the new housing trend saving seniors money. The state government has been forced to admit it has no idea how many sharks are lurking off WA's coast. A new report has been slammed for proving nothing. Its conclusion had more than 120 different scenarios.
Well, there's never been a better time to fly, with new websites driving down the price of airfares. Some international tickets are now cheaper than domestic trips, and experts have revealed some surprising tricks to getting the best deal.
Still to come, scientists make a bizarre dinosaur discovery.
Plus, a brazen heist caught on camera. Thieves get away with millions in less than 40 seconds.
And tattoos take centre stage in our guide to Perth this weekend. Those stories and more coming up soon, but first to sport with Michael Thompson.
And Tomo, Simon Black is back in town.
He is back, one of WA's greatest ever footballers, and coming up after the break, his dream to help shape future champions. Last confirmation, no knee reconstruction for Scott Lycett. And Kyrgios and Tomic on fire at the Davis Cup.
Brilliant.
Great news for Scott Lycett and the Eagles. As we forecast last night, he does not need a knee reconstruction. He'll have minor surgery on his injured knee next week and is expected to play in round 1 next year. Well, Australia has claimed more gold at the Paralympics, with the women's 4x100 metres freestyle relay team smashing the world record. On the track, Scott Reardon won his class of the 100 metre sprint, while former Afghanistan soldier Curtis McGrath won the 200 metres para-canoe event. Congratulations to those two, and that's all from me in sport on this weekend. This is the last weekday Friday night sports break from this studio ever.
Don't get emotional, Tomo.
I won't. Looking forward to that move on Monday.
I know.
See you at the new place on Monday.
Shall do.
See you tomorrow.
See you guys.
Still on 9, China leading a new space race.
Plus, what's on weekends? From tattoos to a classic musical, Lisa Fernandez has your guide on what to do in Perth.
Plus, gone in 40 seconds, see a brazen jewel heist caught on camera.
You're watching 9 News. These are our top stories tonight. Police in Kalgoorlie are on high alert after a home was burnt down in a suspected vigilante attack. It was rented to the man accused of killing Aboriginal teenager Elijah Doughty. A Fremantle man says he's lucky to be alive after being caught up in a fugitive's dramatic run from authorities. Gary Lowe was terrorised for 7 minutes. His alleged carjacker faced 33 charges in court today. And Rolf Harris has been rushed to hospital in the UK with suspected blood poisoning. Doctors believe the 86-year-old convicted pedophile is suffering from septicemia.
Millions of dollars worth of jewellery has been stolen in a smash and grab in Texas.
The Australian Tattoo Exhibition has hit Perth, with more than 150 artists showing off their work over the weekend. Lisa Fernandez is at the Perth Convention Centre checking out the ink tonight. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, you know, I actually didn't realise so many people were getting ink tonight. Old mate Steve over here, he's been 8 hours in the chair, Tim. Oogie is the tattoo artist there. And what you can do is you can come any time to the PCEC right across this weekend. Okay, look, one of these is not like the other. These girls are called Pyrohex. They are amazing. They do live shows with fire, and they'll be doing them right across this weekend at the PCEC. They're from the UK, and between them, they've got over 5 million followers on Facebook. Amazing. Have a fantastic weekend, and come to the PCEC if you can.
Oh, we will try. We certainly will
If you want to get 5 million followers, that's what you have to do.
Thanks, Liz.
Leave you with it. Scherri-Lee's back with your weekend weather next. Sherry.
Well, Tim, it's a bit of cloud and some potential rain. I'll have all the weather details after this break. Welcome back. Well, once a few showers cleared off this morning, we were left with a partly cloudy day, and while the mercury did rise to a top of 17 degrees, wind chill made it feel a good 3 degrees cooler at the time. Let's take a look ahead now, and the already saturated eastern states is expecting more wet weather this weekend, with another cold front and trough bringing storms and significant rainfall through South Australia and the centre as well. A likely storm for Alice Springs with up to 15 millimetres of rain forecast and a top of 24 degrees. Adelaide could see a similar number in the gauge tomorrow, but it's easing to showers by the afternoon and a cool 16 the top. Looking to WA now, winds will be up in the morning along the Pilbara coastline. They should drop back in the early afternoon for Karratha. It's otherwise sunny and a lovely 32 degrees there tomorrow. The south of the state is set to shiver through a cool night, with areas of frost forecast through the southwest, Great Southern and central wheat belt tomorrow morning. Southern Cross will dip below freezing overnight. And stay in bed as long as you can tomorrow morning. Perth won't escape the chill either. We're expecting a low of 4 degrees, which could be our coolest morning so far this month. It's staying dry though, partly cloudy, and a top of 18 degrees. Now, it's a fine but cool Sunday morning we have ahead of us. The sun will be out before a cold front comes through, bringing showers in the late afternoon. A potential storm and up to 3 mils of showers Monday morning, but it's fining up by Tuesday and Wednesday. But guys, that is all from me for the last time here in the Dianella studios.
But you will be back on Monday with us.
Yeah.
So.
Hopefully.
I know, exciting times.
It is
Thank you,
very
Sherry.
exciting.
Thanks, Sherry.
And this is our final sign-off from the Channel 9 studios here in Dianella.
But Louise Momba will be here with your weekend news, and on Monday we'll be live from our brand new headquarters on St George's Terrace in the city. Look forward to seeing you there.
Enjoy your evening, have a great weekend, and we'll see you again on Monday. Good night.
Good night.